Hi there, Diane Brandon Moody again, and this is my 12 mini episode marathon leading up to Thursday, July 9th, which may be coming and going depending on what order I put these in. Um, and July 9th is once again same man, different outfit, which is why you may continually kind of get with the same guy. So that will be Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Go to my website, dianebrandonmoody.com, and you will get the place to sign up. And then, of course, moving to Simply Irresistible. So, what I'd like to talk about today is time. Time. I see so many people, and by people I mean it's usually women, although I can't swear to it. Sometimes men do this too, but they attribute, oh, this is so great. This is so wonderful that we've had all this time together. We just met on Thursday and Friday. We had a 12-hour date, and on Saturday he came over for the day, and on Sunday I spent the night with him, and we're so in love, and blah, blah, blah. And let me tell you, people, if you want to make real changes in the guys that you are finding and the men you're going with and the quality of the relationship, you can't do that because nothing will show you who a guy is more than time, giving time to get to know him. Because here's how that scenario goes. It's usually one of two things. One is it moves so fast for 3 or 4 days or a week or 2 weeks. The woman's hooked at this point. She's absolutely sure this is the one for her. And the guy has a sudden panic attack that he doesn't know if he can handle this. This is eating up a lot of his time. This is a woman who needs a lot that he isn't prepared for. Note that this kind of fuzziness or desire to kind of disappear comes after sex. It never comes before. After sex, they're like, I don't, I don't think I can handle this. This isn't a relationship. And then they ghost you, or they just tell you they can't handle a relationship. That's happened so many times. I was a mediator, mediator, um, for a very famous person who wrote about love and relationships, had a lot of book sales. I discovered lately he's a real creep, so I don't use his name anymore. But what happened when I was on those boards and was kind of being a moderator, not a mediator, moderator. I can't talk today. Moderator. I can't tell you how many times we heard that story. Constantly, all the time. It was very frequent, and it's still happening. It's still very frequent. I see people talking about this on threads. I see people in various forms online, and people tell me about this. And I mean, to me, it's so predictable that you just wouldn't believe it. It's incredibly predictable. I'm not saying hold back sex for some punishment or some reward for later. That isn't the point. If you are a woman who can absolutely handle the fact that tonight you have sex and tomorrow he may be gone, then by all means have all the fun you want. I don't care. I'm not your mother. I'm not the one who's monitoring your sex life. That isn't my job. That's not what I'm going to do. But if you're working with me, I would highly suggest that you wait a while before that happens. And that's to see if someone is actually into you or if they are into you for tonight. It happens. It just does. It happens all the time. And even if you do stick around together for a month, for 2 months, or whatever, um, the time thing is still important. Some of those creepy stories that you hear about, which are very uncommon, but they still happen, like the guy who had two complete different families, or very deep in debt, or an alcoholic. A lot of those things can be hidden for short times. You can work around them for a period of time, but they start showing up and becoming obvious if you've spent a long time together in terms of days, weeks, months. You will eventually find those kinds of things out. You'll find out how he expresses interest. You'll find out, does he participate in the relationship, or does he just kind of sit back and expect you to do the heavy lifting? All of those things become very obvious with time. Finding your quote unquote soulmate in a matter of minutes and hours, and we've spent, all day together, and now we know we're in love. It happens. It happens. There are some people I've heard of that they had one date and the next day they got married and they're still married. This happens. It doesn't happen very often, though. The odds are stacked against you. What you need is time. And that is the one thing that will show you who he is. And to remind you, one of the things that I think it is important to look for is, does his words and actions match consistently over time? Is he who he says he is? Does he do what he says he's going to do? If all that lines up, then you're finding yourself a really good one, and congratulations. But just let it go a little bit longer. Let it go. Let it marinate. Let it stew. It will, you will appreciate it in the long run if you do that. Thank you once again for sticking around with me for this 12 mini episode um, podcast marathon. And once again, Thursday, July 9th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. For Same Man, Different Outfit, come to my website, dianebrandonmoody.com, to find where to sign up. And so you'd get your Zoom link. And then we'll be also doing this, and you can talk about booking a love audit, and let's talk about Simply Irresistible. This has been a lot of fun. My tongue is getting tired of talking, so I'm going to take a little break. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see more of you soon. Bye-bye.